Bop, bop, bop. Warning, 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 warning. The following program is recorded live and is not intended for children. This program may at any time contain graphic and dark content that may be distressing for some viewers and against the terms of service for most mainstream platforms. The themes and opinions expressed in this program should be considered entirely fictional and should not be used for political or academic purposes. Facts are not checked, and no sources or citations will be provided. Should you choose to redistribute, please do so only in good faith. Thank you again for joining us. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Meow. Hello, and welcome back to Rainbows and Razorblades, a show from the void. By the Gregorian calendar, it is currently the 20th day in the second month of the year, the month of February, in the year of the Lord, 2023. By the French Revolutionary calendar of 1792, it is currently the second day in the month of Ventos, the month of wind. We had just exited the month of Pluvios, the month of rain. All right, so on today's episode of Rainbows and Razorblades,
I'm gonna stop the voice. I don't even want to try it. Like, it's not it's not the voice I talk to most people. I've just been doing it for the last hour. I may jump back into it. Like, sometimes I have fun with it, but it's not really the who I became. I'm just kind of doing that as a meme because I'm gonna probably send this to somebody. Thank you guys so much for joining, by the way. But I'm gonna probably send this one to somebody in particular who has not usually joined us and probably does not understand most of the memes, even within my own kind of autistic show. Like, y'all can't see the chat. Chat. Sorry, I heard some banging around downstairs, and I grew up in a trauma home, so I was very hypervigilant alert to that sound because it sounds like someone maybe getting thrown around or something. Or something getting thrown around, but I think it was just probably nothing because I don't hear screaming. Normally after that you hear screaming. It's been many years since that's happened, but still in the trauma home. Anyways, on today's episode of Rainbows and Razorblades, we're gonna talk about Candy Chan, the Peace Cyborg of Peace. We literally don't. I was thinking about it. I literally couldn't possibly in less than about 16 to 25 hours tell the whole story. I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And then I realized it's just not possible. So I'm just going to start at chapter 1, and we're going to go through it again. And I'm going to try to get as many details as I can. And then at the end, I'll tell you which details I forgot or which orders I fucked it up. But we'll go and we'll do the world building the way that I usually do it. So thank you guys so much. If you want to insert quarters, most of the time it's going to eat your quarters until it gets to, unless you put in 4 quarters. The machine tonight's probably going to eat your quarters. Because we're doing mouse. So, mouse. The fade in is that mouse is running, next to a girl who has a gun. Just a handgun. And they're running down the street. And they're wearing military boots, and they look like, one of them is just like this girl with braids, and the other one is shaved head, gutter snipe, gray sweater, holes in it. Looks like she's resistance and is wearing boots. They run past a building that has collapsed halfway into the sea, and this old granny and this little kid who's in a diaper, and she's holding his hand, and they're both crying with laughter, just looking at this building that has just fallen into the ocean. They're just cracking up laughing. So they get to the next point, and it's water is pushing outland. This man's like, "Oh God, help me! Oh my God, help me! Help me! Throw something to me! Help!" They just look at him. They put a flashlight on him from the gun, and we see that this dude is hanging on to a branch or something, and just stuff is going past him. It's like a flood from a hurricane. The military then rolls by in their rescue vehicle. Armed dudes jump off and go SWAT team the whole place. So they're running. They run around a corner. They find a girl, dead girl. She's drowned already, or maybe been shot. We don't really know. I have time to figure it out. It's a bunch of dead people. They've probably been killed in the flood. And so she picks her ID card up and just puts it around her own neck as a lanyard. Next thing we know, she's going around the corner, and they're face to face with a bunch of them. Hands up. So they put their hands up. Let me scan those. So she scans Mouse's. It scans fine. Looks at her. looks at her hair, gives her a weird look, scans the other one. This ain't you. You, who are you? Where are you coming from? And she like starts talking, and he just like punches her in the mouth. And Mouse is like, no! And then boom, shoots her. Mouse like goes to shoot Mouse. Boom, misses. Mouse runs and dives into the shit, what is it called? The sewer. So she runs away. They don't find her. She comes back a couple hours later. Her friend's there. She's dying. She's like up against the wall. She's like coughing. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, don't be sorry. I need you to find Kadoshi, my older brother. Where do I find him? Download this. Put this in your like APU. And it'll show you how to get there. I'm not putting anything in my head. Not from you. Listen, I'm dying. My name is Sonai. Please, just find my brother. He'll be at the center. Fine, give me the chip. She gives her the chip. She like dies. Mouse goes back in the sewer. She looks out the sewer. She sees the dude who was yelling for help. It's like sun up. Sun's starting to come up. And she sees that dude, and he's dead. He's got a belt tied around him. But the branch is actually through him. And the water has all receded, and there's like a bunch of debris under him at the trunk of the tree. Mouse is just like, oof. Keeps going. So, wait a minute. Did I fuck up already? I said the sun was coming up. I don't know why I said that. It's not coming up. It's not. It's, actually, I guess it could. So she goes in the sewer and she walks around. She walks around all night. Now it's nighttime again. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm just distracted by stupid details. So she comes out of the sewer, and it's like we see like 20XX. This is chapter 2, by the way. Chapter 2. 20XX. So boom, boom, boom. We hear like the bass. She's like looking out. We're like watching people walk down the street. And they're wearing a bunch of like cyber goth boots. Bunch of like glowing people. You can tell like, there's like a nightclub up ahead. Mouse like waits until there's no one and then like rolls out of the sewer. People exactly in the only blind spot they possibly could have been just are immediately like, ew, did you just come out of the fucking sewer? Mouse just ignores her. Hey, wait, come back here. And so she like ends up with her. They're not gonna let you through security. Definitely not dressed like that, the other one says. They're dressed like the Powerpuff Girls, like little slutty rave bitches. Mouse joins them, and they say, all right, we're going to get you in, but you owe us. Like, you got to get us drugs. She's like, fine, whatever. So they get online, or they cut the line. These little bitches are VIPs. And they are like, excuse me, there's 4 of us? Really? There's 4 of us. Hey, you, 12, you got to get off. Fuck you mean I got to get off? Got to get off. Come on, man, we'll give you a drink voucher. Just get off. Fuck you guys. He gets off. Mouse gets on. Thing pulls down over her shoulders, like locks her in. Like goes up. It's like a ride, goes into the wall. And then closes the doors like a spaceship. Bunch of smoke billows in. Like steam, like a disinfectant. And then she looks up. There's like a fucking toaster oven thing up there. Like one of those like toasty oven things. But like the whole entire thing. Then the whole room glows and opens into the rave. Boom, boom, boom. Nightclub. Everyone that doesn't have to go through security, lets theirs out. You. Security line. We'll catch up. So the 3 girls go in. Mouse goes to the security line. Arms out. Shove her. She does what they say. They put her in this like scan thing. It's like this like round. It's like a round metal detector. It's like a 3-dimensional scanner, omnidirectional, whatever. All right, step through. That bouncer steps up to her. He's got a tusk around his neck, long hair. He's huge, wearing like a shirt, bunch of tattoos. Although he's wearing a jacket, I guess you can't see the tattoos, but he's wearing a leather jacket. Military cargo pants, kind of like mine actually. He's wearing those. He says no weapons, and takes the dog tag from her, and there's a razor blade also behind it, and he takes it and he like puts it and he throws it into like the thing that's like weapons. That's what it says, like weapons, drugs, unassociateds, and chems. And so he like takes it, or like metals, who knows? It doesn't matter. Maybe not weapons, but metals. It sorts it. It's like a hole he throws it to. And she's like, wait, come on, man, that's my brother's dog tag from the war. He just hands it back to her. She puts it right back around her neck, nods at her, or nods at him. And then she gets through security. The turfs, they're fucking turfs. Now you know it's spoiled. Turfs come up to her and they're like, you see that guy dancing down there? And it's that. The one with the wig and the stupid backpack with the tentacles on it? Yeah. We need you to go buy drugs from him. Okay. Right. So, we're going to give you money? Sorry, I fucked up the dialogue. She's like, okay, you going to give me money? They like all look at each other like, ugh. And then one of them like beep, 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 prints out, and it looks like it like makes the sound of a receipt printing out, but then it prints out and it looks like a film. Like if you're from like, I don't know, anyone who's not digital, who knows about like the 1990s little cameras, like psh, disposable fucking cameras with fucking limited amount of like old school photography, whatever. So that one of those prints like a laser strip, prints out. Wait, he's gonna charge you double. Hands it to her. Get pineapple. Only pineapple. And she like goes down the stairs. Boom, 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 boom. Fucking Candy Chan's there dancing. Boom, boom, boom. Bunch of different goth people are all dancing. The club's fucking lit. Mouse is just like looking around like, what the fuck is this? Hey. She like tries to get her attention, but she can't. Hey, you. She like can't. All of a sudden the crowd, all in synchronicity, flips like 90-degree angles, and they're kind of dancing in sync, but not really perfectly in sync. And there's like holograms that like kind of come out of the floor on cue with that. And then the music like shifts like just some different club shit. And there's like a whole, it's an upper level, lower level thing. So like, yeah, like the lower level is the dance floor, the upper level is built out of, and this is just kind of extraneous information at this moment, but it's built out of the old temple that got destroyed during World War III, and this was just a part of the Buddhist temple, the wood. It's old, like old forest wood that got salvaged, that even when the city was destroyed, they wanted to salvage that wood because it's sacred wood. And then they built a platform for the bar over it in the dome, in the giant dome. That's what the 20XX Center is, a dome shape. So Candy Chan grabs her and just is like dancing with her. She's like, hey, you're new here. Yeah. Let me get some pineapple. What? Some pineapple. If it's for those 3 turfs, I'm going to charge you double. She like looks over her shoulder, and then she's got this thing on her shoulder, which is like an eyeball. It like snaps around looking and like focuses up there. And then she also has like, TV goggles. I mean, you know what she's like. She got TV goggles. And so the TV goggle flashes lemon and cherry. She says, lemon or cherry? She's like, pineapple. She's like, no, lemon or cherry. She's like, ugh, they said pineapple. Listen, if that's what they want, that's what they can have. And she like kisses Mouse, passes it in her tongue to her drugs. And Mouse like shoves her away. Fine, then get lost. Bye. Candy Chan goes back to dancing. Mouse goes back upstairs. Oh, Candy Chan, we skipped a step. Candy Chan took the thing, put it in her sleeve. It scans and then cuts it with a razor blade into ribbons, and then she feeds those ribbons into her nanobots. And then she's like, and then she takes those nanobots and she creates like spins like this, and it because it used to be a thing that you go like that and then hit the button and it plugs a bullet hole or a wound for World War III to get men across the field. They called it the spider, but she's adapted it and took off the spider parts of it and just has the inner spinning part, and she has it doing basically the same thing, as a spider would do, intricately to weave like cob, and it takes it and it creates sugar and then she uses electricity to superheat it so that she can vaporize the sugar, so that the sugar can then turn into cotton candy, so that she can then wind it around the plastic tube that she creates by feeding the film strip to her nanobots, that then comes out as a little tube, and then she takes that and feeds it to her sleeve, and the sleeve turns it into candy, and so she gives it to her, just bye, and shoves her. So it's like a lollipop made out of cotton candy. It's fucking sick, right? So it's like boom, boom. She's dancing. She goes upstairs, and so she hands the one girl. She hands the red, main girl who's like ew. She hands her. She gives her the drugs, and then she gives the blue one who gave her money, the double money, drugs, and then the other one's like, what about mine? And she's like, this one's mine. You didn't fucking pay me. And she's like looks to the red for reassurance, and she like shrugs, like this like makes like bitchy fucking face. Fuck you guys. I'm going to the bar. So she goes to the bar. All right, well, we don't really know you, so get lost. Wait, I'll buy it off you. The blue one says. It's gonna cost you 2 of those strips. Or it's like it's gonna cost you like 2 of those. It's like I'm not giving you 2. I'll give you 1. Nope. 2 or I eat it. And then she's like, fine. You know what? Fuck you. And she eats it anyway. They're like shocked. They're like, did you just eat that? She's like, yeah. They like look at each other. We gotta go. They like dip. So Mouse is like, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Mouse follows them to the bar. But the bouncer steps in the way. You're not with them. She's like, yes, I am. No, you ain't. I'm looking for Kadoshi. I don't give a fuck who you're looking for. Step. And so she's like, damn. So she goes the other way. And she goes back into the security line where the dude with the tusk around his neck. Hey, I'm looking for Kadoshi. He ignores her. Kadoshi? He's supposed to be here. He ignores her. Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I am not talking to you. He just ignores her. So she's like starting to feel a little like woozy. She's like rubbing her head. Whoa. She's like tripping a little bit. So she goes and she gets into someone's bag. She like basically like she takes her razor blade off, cuts into someone's bag, goes through it and gets out like a bunch of different like a mirror, some lipstick, an ID card, and also a bunch more of those like film strips. They're like, it's basically the equivalent of cash. And like people keep that on her, so she keeps them on. So she gets that, and then she goes to the bar to the dude who's like crossing his arms. I told you to step. Yeah. You want this? She like shows him. He like looks at it. He like looks around. I told you, I'm with them. He like kind of like looks at her and just like puts his hand out. She just drops it and then like kicks it towards him. Asshole. He like just kind of lets it happen. And she goes. So she goes up to the bartender, and before she can order, this girl with blue hair sits down, and she asks for a flaming shot. Just 2 flaming, and so the bartender like comes up and like fills it, and they're like it's hard to explain because it's not alcohol. It's like this like it's like whipped cream. That's what it is. It's cyborg whipped cream, and then she's lights it on fire. This girl fucking takes her finger, lights her finger on fire, and lights a fucking cigarette with it. The bartender has already walked away and is like cleaning a cup and serving someone else. Walks back, sees this happening, takes it, smokes it, and then puts it out in front of this girl. Bartender's a green hair girl. So green hair girl's like looking at the blue hair girl, and she's like, no smoking at the bar. And she just like gets up and leaves. And then walks away with the 2 shots. Sees Mouse. Hey, cutie. And keeps walking. Mouse sits down. Who the fuck are you? Because she's not dressed the part. And her like legs are wet, dripping on my floor. Oh, this is dialogue. She's like, your legs are wet, you're dripping on my floor. Where the fuck did you come from? A sewer? Hey, where's Kadoshi? Who the fuck is Kadoshi? Candy Chan enters frame and goes behind the bar, like behind the bar. So we now see that she's got like powers, kind of, at least within the bar. And she says, "You're looking for Shibboleth, and you are looking on the wrong floor. Who sent you?" Sonai. She like pauses. Sonai. Oh, I see. All right. Well, give this, and she like gives this like little like keychain lanyard to her, and give it to that guy over there. Hey, you didn't eat that, did you? What? Oh fuck, you didn't you? You ate it. Ah, yeah. Yeah, you don't look so good. Yeah, I don't feel so. Oh yeah, now she's puking on my fucking floor. Get her the fuck out of here. Next thing, Mouse knows she's in the bathroom. She's puking, like violently, and it's like a bunch more of that foam stuff. That it's like coming out of her, and then this like cyborg dude comes up, and he's got like a bunch of like spiky hair. He's got like trip pants on with the fucking zippers, gothed out. Trimmed with neon. Comes up, lifts his leg, kind of points it at her, pulls up his sleeve, like pulls up his Oh yeah, this is a new tattoo, by the way, for the new person that has joined me. If I send this episode to you tonight, yeah, I'll show you later. But there's a whole sleeve of like wildflowers that I memorized at the cemetery. I learned like a bunch about flowers. That's a whole different thing though. Anyway, so we're still following Mouse. Mouse just started tripping. Whoa, that was weird. Why did it turn blue? Did it just change? That was really weird. I don't know what happened there. Trying to think where I am. Okay, so Mouse is puking. This is chapter 3. Hey you. And he like does that thing. He like pulls up his thing, and then he yanks like a parachute cord. So he's like pulls up his leg and then yanks the parachute cord. From the other side, it's like a violent and it just is like black goo out of his leg, and it lands like kind of next to the Mouse, not really on her. Like and it like sprays the other way. And then like gets sucked into this like thing that has been constructed in the wall. It's another one of those like holes where like it's like the antithesis of a glory hole. Like you wouldn't want to put fucking anything in there. It's so gross. It's disgusting. It's like it is the equivalent of a cyborg. It's called the grease room, and it's the equivalent of the cyborg toilet because it is feces mixed with bile, mixed with acid, mixed with whatever other fucking chemical cyborgs are not lawfully allowed to discharge, but they are going to anyway. And it's just like it's not good. It's excrement. And so Mouse is laying there puking into it. Hey, they the other side's the human side. What? Yeah, you're really fucked up. And he just walks away. He doesn't give a fuck. And the next cyborg comes in and she bends over, like pulls down her panties, and same thing, but it comes out a different way. It's like same chapter 3, but now it's like outside, like cut to outside. Hey, how'd you get out here? You're not supposed to be out here. Where the fuck did you come from? Candy Chan comes out. Hey guys, what did I tell you about smoking? Come on, Candy Chan, we not smoking. Yeah, what you watching us for? He like does this. Yeah, what you watching us for? All right, listen, you fucking buttholes. This thing right here took an entire mouthful of that stuff. Like she just got done puking, but when she comes to, she may you know what? Hey, you got those handcuffs? I ain't got handcuffs on me. You know Tuss takes my handcuffs. That's true. Hey, what time are you guys supposed to be announcing tonight? I don't know. 9 o'clock? Yeah, that sounds about right. Shit, we gotta get in. Who is this bitch anyway? This? Yeah, I don't know. She came in with this ID, but certainly ain't her. Why'd you let her in then? I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to let the mice in. Cut to like chapter 5. Like Mouse wakes up. The whole entire world is like glowing the wrong colors. Like it's just like she's tripping fucking balls. She gets up. She's like still outside, and it's like she's like cold. She's like shivering. She like goes back indoors. It's like a metal gate. She's up on a sniper platform on the dome. it's like a dome-shaped building, and she's on a little out, like, I don't know. I'd have to draw it. It's where they used to put the sniper rifle during the war when it was still being used as like a data processing center, but now that it's been converted to like a nightclub, it's just like yeah, it's just like they have a couch, the wet couch they call it, and the wet couch is out there. So she's like laying on the wet couch, and she like goes inside, and she like wanders. So she like takes the thing, which is like what Candy Chan had given her. She's like, ugh. And she gives it to the guy that she was told to give it to, and he's like, "Sure you want to go down there wearing that? I'm looking for Kadoshi." All right, whatever. Go find Kadoshi. I don't care. So he moves aside. So she goes down, punk, 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 and the music is still going full boom, 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 and the rave is now above her. She's gone down all the way, like below the stage, basically. And then the door opens like an airlock, and then into another room, and it's like a sewer system, but it's like a raised platform, and then the platform follows the sewer. So like it's like the floor is metal and you can walk on it, but below that, a couple feet below that, is flowing water. Oh, she like holds her nose. Oh, and she starts walking forward. And the blue hair girl, the bartender, is there again. What the hell are you doing down here? How are you even walking? Humans aren't supposed to be down here. Come on, hurry up through those doors. She just like can't even make it. So she makes it through. Chapter 5. 20XX. Blink, blink, blink. It's blinking like in front of Mouse, and she's just like looking at it. Actually making weird faces. This little girl with cat ears pops out of a ball pit. Like a like a raised like a fighting rink, but filled with a ball pit. Right? Like plastic balls. You know what I mean? Like a ball pit. And she like pops out wearing cat ears, and she's like, "Hey, you're not allowed in this zone. I'm looking for Kadoshi." Well, you're gonna want to do it before the infraction bot shows up. It like bonks her on the head. Infraction. Like, it is currently between the hours of whatever. No adults allowed in the kids zone. Please exit. It's the robot is, it's like tin can fucking head, just a torso to like a crash test dummy, and then its arms are articulated metal rods, like rulers, like a little bit thicker than like a metal rod, like a ruler, and it's like two rulers connected, and then there's like a drilled joint between the two, and then there's like a metal wire between that's been strung so that it can be an articulated, back and forth wire, not hydraulic, but you know what I mean. And then they attach a mallet to it, and it comes and bonks your head, and it gives you your infraction. And then it points to the board, and it points to the rules. And then it says, "Please not beyond the line. Infraction." So she goes up, and Mouse knocks on the booth. It's like, it looks like the top of an ATST, it's like a standing booth that can move on ATST legs. And the crowd is in front of it on a tiered system, and they're like projecting from the back, watching the screen down below, where there are people fighting on a stage, and then behind them is a video of the stage of like the game, and then in front of it is like speakers. So like people are like watching this like an auditorium, and they're fighting. It's a fighting game, and people are like cheering. And so she like knocks on the window, and like it opens, and it's like like pressurized almost, and it's those two dudes, and one of them is like looking through, and he's like, "You again? What are you doing here?" He's like, what are you knocking for?" And she's like, "I'm looking for Kadoshi." "Who the fuck is Kadoshi? Bitch, shut up." And they shut the door on her. Like, we're casting the tournament. And so yeah, so she shuts up, and so I don't know how to describe this dude. He's in a taco. He's like this like fat fucking dude. She like feels someone like tugging on her pant legs, and so she looks down and he says, "Your pants are wet. Hey, Kadoshi's name is Shibboleth. He's in the semifinals." "Yeah? Which one is he?" "Well, that one, of course. He's so good." Have you seen Shibboleth play before? I'm betting on Shibboleth tonight. And she like looks over and like it's just like this like dude with like a blue mohawk and like a bomber jacket similar to Candy Chan's. And so she's trying to talk to him, but this otaku is like interrupting. And to his left is like a ton, like, cause she's up on a platform, like a raised. Remember, she walked in on a raised platform that was above the like dirty ass sewer water. But now that she's walked into this room, it's a cement floor. It's a compartmentalized warehouse, and on one side of the warehouse is like a ton of. It's an arcade. I mean, the whole thing is like an arcade, and it has old retro game arcades that creates like a maze, like a hallway of it. But you can see down into it from the vantage point on the bridge. It's designed after this place I used to play laser tag at, and so it's also designed after like a whole bunch of different other things, like a car mechanics place. How it's like 2 floors and you can get below the cars. And so I'm running out of juice for tonight. That might be it for tonight. And we made it through 5 quick chapters. I mean, that's not terrible. I'm trying to think if anything needs like explicit more detail. Nah, I don't think so. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining. I'm so sleepy. We'll be back next time. Next time we'll do Shibboleth's chapter. We'll switch perspective and we'll be Shibboleth. It's a fucking lit story. He drives like a bike and stuff.